Looking to buy a new home? Picture this. You found the perfect house, made an offer, and now it's time for the appraisal. But what if the appraisal comes in lower than the sales price? What happens then? Don't panic. Let me walk you through your options as a buyer so you can navigate through the situation. I'm Loretta Sliwa, Realtor and Branch Leader of Avanti Way in the Space Coast of Florida. An appraisal is an unbiased estimate of a property's value, conducted by a licensed appraiser. It involves inspecting the property and comparing it to similar recently sold homes in the area. Sometimes, though, the appraisal might not match the agreed upon price. It's frustrating, I know, but there are steps that you can take to address it. First off, you can appeal the appraisal. If you and your agent believe that the appraiser missed important details, challenge their assessment and request a reconsideration. Mistakes do happen, and if you provide evidence supporting your claim, the appraiser may revise the report. Another option is ordering a second appraisal. That is, if your lender allows it. Some lenders allow reconsideration of value and permit a second appraisal, although there might be an additional fee involved. And keep in mind that even if you have a second appraisal, it may not change the outcome. Negotiating with the seller is often the best course of action. By discussing the difference in sales price, you may find a middle ground that satisfies both parties. For example, the seller may come down in price to the appraisal value, the seller and the buyer may meet somewhere halfway, or if you feel the home is worth the sales price you agreed upon and you have the extra cash to put down, you can pay the difference between the sales price and the appraisal price. Lastly, if you have an appraisal contingency in place, you can choose to cancel the contract if the appraisal falls short. If you're financing the purchase, a lender may deny your loan if the appraisal does not come through, but that is not always a guarantee. Here's a piece of advice. When it comes to financing and appraisals, if you or your client are putting down a lot of money and have a small loan, add an appraisal contingency. Don't just assume that if the appraisal does not come through at sales price, that the lender will deny the loan and the escrow will be refundable if you decide to cancel the contract. If a buyer puts a lot of money down and therefore has a small loan, the lender will most likely approve the loan and the buyer will have to pay the price or back out of the contract and lose their escrow deposit. I just had this happen to one of my clients. Luckily, we added an appraisal contingency and we negotiated with the seller, but had the seller not agreed, my client could have backed out of the contract and kept their deposit. It's always wise to have an experienced agent with excellent negotiation skills to help resolve an appraisal discrepancy in your favor. I hope this helps. Contact my team and I so we can help guide you through every step of your home buying or selling process. I'm Loretta Sliwa, Realtor on the Space Coast of Florida, and your trusted and committed real estate advisor.